65% of Americans do not even have $1,000 for an emergency fund.
My wife and I make $60,000 a year between the two of us. However, we live paycheck to paycheck.
Me and my husband together, we make pretty decent money, but the way the economy is right now, we're broke as a joke.
Am I the only one who feels like I will never stop living paycheck to paycheck? The economy we live in is trash. The jobs we work for are trash.
When I think about it, I'm not poor, but I live paycheck to paycheck. Like, I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I have money, but not, like, enough. You know what I mean? Because by the time I do have money, it's the next bill.
But it's so freaking hard, man, getting up every morning to go to work when you don't make shit. All you're doing is going to work to pay bills.
Welcome to Real Talk, a channel dedicated to capturing the raw, unfiltered perspectives from everyday people. No commentary, no interruptions, just real people sharing their frustrations and opinion about the economy. My goal is simple: provide a space where you can hear authentic rants, opinions, and stories from all walks of life. So make sure to like and subscribe and enjoy the rest of the video.
So let's talk real quick about the fact that 73% of millennials are living paycheck to paycheck. What is that about? According to a recent study from payments.com, nearly 3/4 of millennials are living paycheck to paycheck. Now, I'm as elder a millennial as you can get, and the Washington Post reported that we faced some of the harshest economic conditions in the history of the country, with the dot-com bust in 2001, which sort of happened in my adulthood, the 2008 housing crisis, and the 2020 coronavirus pandemic all contributed to making conditions way harder for us to get ahead. So here we are in 2023 with 3/4 of us living paycheck to paycheck, barely being able to make our bills. Now, debt is a huge portion of why that is the case, because we're carrying more student loan debt than the other groups combined, as well as having to take out loans, home equity loans if we own a house, or other lines of credit in order to just make our bills and make ends meet. And interestingly enough, the generation below us, Gen Z, only 66% of them are living paycheck to paycheck. Now, I don't know about you, but when I was in my 20s, that's all I did. I lived paycheck to paycheck because that's all the money I made. According to this study, over the last 3 years, millennial savings has almost doubled, but it doubled from $6,000 to $11,000. Now, the world, baby boomers especially, like to frame us as a cuddle generation who weren't able to take advantage of the opportunities that were presented to us. My question is, what opportunities? It's not because I bought some Starbucks coffee, or maybe I enjoy avocado toast, as they like to say. This is because inflation, stagnated wages, mountains of debt have all contributed to us not being able to get ahead. If you're like me and you're out there and you're struggling, sound off in the comments. Let us know how it's going.
65% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. 65% of Americans do not even have $1,000 for an emergency fund. More than that are 2 paychecks away from homelessness. The states struggling right now the most, the people in the states, the top 2 are both red states. Number 1 is Texas. The people there are struggling financially. The second state is Florida, another red state. The people are struggling. What do you think is going to happen when they lose their job in a couple weeks? They can't afford groceries. They can't pay their car payment. They can't pay their light bill. They're going to be up in arms. You and I know, because we're smart, know that it's going to be the regular average Joe that is going to be screaming in the streets, screaming because of our government. Just remember, Republicans did that. Trump supporters did that.
Y'all, I am a person who lives paycheck to paycheck like most Americans do. Me and my husband together, we make pretty decent money, but the way the economy is right now, we're broke as a joke, and I ain't even lying. But the one thing that I have always done and always will do is I budget, okay? So I budget down to our last cent. So I know what's coming out for what bills need paid, and I budget. Every month before the month starts, I'm budgeting for the next month. And this month, this week, or next week, I'm gonna be budgeting for November, because guess what? The holidays are coming. I need to know what's coming in and coming out and what I need to get. And I plan, y'all, I plan. If I know that I have something coming up, like a function, an event, a birthday, some kind of party, I usually need notice ahead of time because I budget. So if I want to go do something with my family or partake in anything like I just did the other day, I budget that in. And I will either save the money up so I have the funds that I need, or again, I will just save it from one check and then I have my money. Like I budget. I mean, have nobody ever heard of budgeting around here? What the heck was that? My fridge just made a noise. Please don't break, because I can't afford that right now. Oh, hell no. I chose to use this person's comment because I felt a little more genuine than the other person who came at me and said that I can't afford other things, but I can afford Botox. First off, what happens when we assume? When we assume you make an ass out of you and me. Okay, so let's not assume you know anything about a stranger's life at all, because you don't. Do I post a majority of my life on here for y'all? Yeah, I do, and I'm going to continue to do that. But guess what? Mind the business that's yours, and mind the wallet that's yours. Worry about your money. I'll worry about mine and how I handle my stuff. You know, some people might not budget, so then they're broke all the time. I budget, so I know that I can afford the things when they come up when I want them. It's just called adulting. It's just what we do around here. I mean, I don't know about y'all, and if you ain't budgeting, you probably should, because I do. I budget down to the last dollar. And also, to go back on food coupons, I don't know what a food coupon is. If you're implying that I get food stamps, I don't. I do not get any assistance. Everything that I have is paid for out of pocket by me and my husband. I get zero assistance, zero help, and I have not in a very, very, very long time. And let me just go on and tell y'all that I'll never be ashamed for being on welfare insurance before and needing assistance from LIHEAP or the Dollar Energy Fund or churches at Christmas time or food banks, because that's where I came from. I needed assistance and they were able to help me at that time when my kids were younger, but we make too much to get any kind of help. So anything you see me do on here, it's with mine and my husband's money, and that's it. But y'all, I'll never be ashamed of needing assistance or going to a food bank or getting help from a church at Christmas time for my kids for gifts when they were little. Like, I will never be ashamed of where it came from or the things that I did to get me to where I am now, ever. And that is why I also give back. I donate. I help people. I mean, there are things that I do that you guys don't see because you guys are not going to always see everything in my life. I'm not always going to vlog everything, but that is okay because I know who I am and what I do as a person, and that is all that matters. But y'all, I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day. Bye, y'all.
You know what sucks more than anything in the world, man, is living paycheck to paycheck. You get up every morning to go to work. You're there on time. You know, you don't call in. You do what you're supposed to do. You go to work. You do your job. But it's so freaking hard, man, getting up every morning to go to work when you don't make shit. All you're doing is going to work to pay bills. I don't have any extra money to do anything. It's like I literally go to work every morning. When I get my paycheck on Thursday, every other week, it's gone. Bills. Trying to catch up on my bills. Sometimes I'm a week behind. I'm 2 weeks behind. I'm 3 weeks behind on bills. But that money goes to bills. I'm fucking tired of fucking struggling every goddamn day. Waking up to go to fucking work and not making a fucking dime is boring. Boring as fucking shit. Sometimes you have to, make ends meet. You go pawn shit. And then you got to worry about fucking getting it back. because you don't have enough money to deal with what you need to for the day. I'm so fucking tired of going to work every day and not fucking... I don't know. Hold that thought. It's just so tiring, man. It's like... It's Saturday. I have the weekend off. I don't get paid till Thursday. But I have $7 in my name, and I'm getting breakfast. And then that's it. And that's what sucks. It's crazy, man. It's like I don't even want to fucking, I have to find a new job. The amount of money that I make an hour, yeah, no, it sucks. I mean, fucking the biggest pawn company in the entire world. They make great fucking money, but they want to pay their employees shit. Shit money is what I make. Oh, but you get a commission check at the end of the month. I'm a new employee. What am I going to get? $150 at the end of the month? Come on. Get the fuck out of here. Honestly, I work for Capital Pawn. It's First Pawn, which is the biggest pawn company in the United States. We're all over the place. They start you out normally at $12 an hour. And then they say, oh, because you get commission. But they started me at 14 because I'm bilingual. So fucking stressful. So fucking stressful. I'm not making it. I'm not making it at $14 an hour. After my taxes, so I have to travel 23 miles to work every day. So it costs me roughly $220 every pay period for fuel off the check. So if my check is $9 something, $200 of that is gone because it's in fuel. So I have $700. $300 freaking trailer payment, $170 freaking insurance payment, $140, $150 storage payment. That's 5, 6, 7. I'm left with $200. And then my phone bill. And broke. So, the moral of the story is if you're not happy in the situation that you're in, you need to change it. It's for the better for you. It's for your health. It's for everything. It's driving me nuts, man. I mean...
Do you live paycheck to paycheck? This is a serious question. I have a point to where I'm going with this. I was having a conversation the other day with somebody because a few people that I know have recently become homeless, and this person said that that's what happens whenever you live off of others and you don't take care of yourself. And I disagree, because one of the people that I know that are homeless makes more money than I do, and they were living paycheck to paycheck, and they had a misfortune happened, and now they are living out of their car. And it got me thinking, and this is what I told that person. I had my house purchased for me 13 years ago. I don't have a mortgage. I'm married. My wife and I make $60,000 a year between the two of us. However, we live paycheck to paycheck. And you might be asking how? Well, let me tell you. Whenever you have two vehicles, both cars are 2024s, my vehicle is $513, hers is $528. Insurance for her car alone is $128. We have three phones, 3 cell phones, 2 iPads. So phone bills are $400 a month. Just little things here and there. Your groceries alone, you have to spend at least $500 a month on groceries, plus feeding your animals. Literally, paycheck to paycheck. Credit card debt, paying that off. Loan debt, paying that off. So the person I was talking to, I was like, literally, if it wasn't for the fact that I had my house purchased for me because I'm privileged as fuck, I would be one missed paycheck away from homelessness. And that is why whenever I have the opportunity to help somebody, I help them. Because I know that I'm privileged, and that gives me... If I'm privileged enough to have somebody help me, why would I help somebody else? Why would you be selfish and not help? Why would you accept help but not give help? You know what I mean? Like, don't be a selfish cunt like that. I don't know. Maybe.
Am I the only one who feels like I will never stop living paycheck to paycheck? The economy we live in is trash. The jobs we work for are trash. They pay you the bare minimum, but want you to show up and give your 110%. How does that work? These houses, they want you to pay $1,000+ for rent, and they're 1980 houses. You gotta have a deposit, last month's rent, first month's rent. Like, why do I need to pay last month's rent? I don't understand that. Car insurance, car payments, they're rip-offs. Why am I paying $300 for car insurance? I don't understand. Health insurance, skyrocket. Food, skyrocket. Like, I just don't understand how I will ever be able to afford to wake up and go hop on a plane and enjoy my best life. I just don't understand. By the time my kids get to adulthood, they're gonna have to pay to open the door to walk out of their own house. I really, really, really rather be a cockroach crawling on the ground for free than have to live this life every day. Like, I can't be the only one who feels this way. Like, I need to know, y'all that get to wake up and take trips and go across country and do $100 shopping sprees at Target every single day, what are you doing? What's the secret to life? What is the secret recipe that you have that we don't have? Let us know.
Here's the reason why so many people go throughout their whole entire life living paycheck to paycheck. Most of us were brought up in the same system. We're all taught the same exact things. Go to school, get good grades, go to college, get a degree, get a job, work, basically until you die. Not even retire, die. I've watched people in their 70s, in their 80s, even still working. What? That to me is just not okay. Unless they gladly choose to do that, by all means. But if they have to do that at that age, like, no. And this is common. This isn't something like out of the ordinary. So many people are going through their lives literally struggling, barely getting by. Why do you think that is? If this system works that we were all taught, why isn't it working? And now that we see that it's actually a fraud and it doesn't actually work, doesn't actually make anybody rich or successful, then we have to do something different. We must take another route if we want out of the rat race. If we want to get out of poverty and into financial freedom. If we want to enjoy the life we were given on this earth, which is such a short period of time. So we shouldn't waste it working 40 to 60 hours a week for 40 to 50 to 60 years of our whole entire lives. It doesn't make sense to me. It shouldn't make sense to you either, because that's just not how we were intended to live. We were created to live in abundance. We were created to live free. But we're not really free, are we? There's a lot of things that you're not being told. And because so many people aren't aware of how things are really working, they're just as blind as everyone else. And everyone thinks it's normal because it's most people's normal. It's normal for you to get up and go to work every morning. It's normal for you to work 40, 50, 60 hours of your week. It's normal of you to get 2 days off in the week. It's normal to be barely getting by. This is people's normals. Don't tell me it's not, because I was a part of that group as well. Until I finally realized something about this isn't right. I used to work as a front desk receptionist making $15 an hour, and I used to work around 9-hour days. I remember doing the math for my whole entire shift, which was half of my day, and it wasn't even $200. When I did that, I felt horrible. I felt so deceived. And the fact that I did all that work for that little pay, I absolutely had to figure something else out at that point. So I started searching. I started trying new things, investing my little money that I had, because I knew that that was the only way to make a difference. I knew if I wanted to start a side hustle or a business, I had to invest something. So I had to put some of my hard-earned money up to make that happen for myself, because nobody was gonna do it for me. And guess what? It was the best thing I ever done for myself. Instead of going out every weekend and spending it on a weekend out, spending it on, out to eat food, spending it on new clothes or shoes, that stuff just got old after a while. I knew I had to invest in something. I needed to learn a new skill set. I needed to find a mentor, find a program, something that I can do to make myself money. That's what it came down to. And if you're still here listening to this at this point, you're probably resonating with what I'm saying. You're probably realizing, you know what, I just need to do it. Whatever it may be for you, you need to take action. So I want to actually share with you what I discovered and what's completely changed my life. It's allowed me to have more time, freedom. I don't have to wake up every day and clock into a job. It's the middle of the week. Most people are getting up, ready to work right now. I'm just chilling on my front porch, looking at the gorgeous sky. Now, this by far is the best way to start making money online, hands down. I've tried so many ways. I've done the drop shipping, the Amazon FBA, the flipping stuff online. I've done all that stuff and it's all great. But for the average person, a lot of those things are hard to do because they require a lot of time and they take a lot of time to really kick off. This is something that has kicked off for me almost immediately. And everyone who's joined me, it's also kicked off for them almost immediately. The reason is because all we're doing is copying and pasting two numbers to make a profit. What it's called is copy trading. This is where we leverage professionals within the financial markets to make a profit from our phone. They send us their trade idea, telling us a currency to buy or sell. And literally, we just open up our free trading app, search up the currency pair, and buy or sell as they told us to, and copy and paste the stop loss number, which is reserving our capital, and the take profit, which is where we make our money. It's so simple. If you didn't understand what I said, all you have to do is literally copy and paste. This is by far the most underrated way to make money online. I can't even believe that more people are not doing this. But we are global and we have thousands of people from all over the world doing this. If you understand the power of what I just shared with you and you'd like to learn more, just simply drop me the message copy to my Instagram. I'll put it down below in the description and I'll share some more information with you there.
And another thing, ain't nothing worse than working a job all week long. In 2 weeks, however long when your paycheck come, whether you get paid bi-weekly or every week, it's nothing worse than working a job. And when you get paid, you done put all these hours in this company, and when you get paid, your money don't amount up to the hours that you are putting in. And then on top of that, as soon as your money touch your hand, it gotta touch somebody else's hand, and then it's gone. And you ain't got nothing. And now you gotta do it over again just to get the same money back that's gonna touch your hand and touch somebody else's hand and it's gone. What are we doing? I'm over it. The job's not paying no money. They paying nickels and dimes and pennies. They want us to be working for 8, 10, 12-hour days. We are living to take care of responsibilities and pay bills. For the majority of people, we are literally, that's all we're doing. We don't have enough in the pot to do other things. The only other option is to either figure out what it is that you enjoy doing, what you like doing, and go after it with everything in you, or go ahead and find you a better job, or go to school and get a degree that'll help you make a little bit more money than the money that you're making. Because having a high school diploma, baby, that ain't nothing no more. You need bachelor's, associates, masters. Shoot, at this point, go to be a doctor or a lawyer if you really want to see some money, because you're not going to see no money. All you're going to do is keep trading your time for money, and you don't get nothing out of it. And it's so crazy to me, because the more and more things I learn as I'm getting older is that I'm really learning that time is the most valuable thing there is. You can go and make more money. You can get more money. You can do a lot of things. You can go to school, you can do whatever you want to do, but you ain't getting no time back. That time, once it's over with, it's over with. Once them 8 hours up, that's all you got. You got 24 hours in a day, and you done took up 8 of them. They say you're supposed to sleep for 8 hours, which is that's a story. You're not. Then you're supposed to work a job for 8 hours. Come on now. You only got 24 hours, and then you gotta feed in your other time. So time is the most valuable thing there is, and we out here wasting it at these companies and at these corporations, and they not giving us nothing.
It's currently June 14, and I don't get paid until June 25th. I have $691 in my bank account and over $1,000 of bills due coming soon. Not to mention, when I get paid June 25th, I will have rent due, but I will already be negative. I know I'm not the only one that goes through stuff like this all the time, but let's go ahead and calculate what I could pay off this upcoming week while still having money for food. I think what I can do with $691 is pay a phone bill for, it's $80, so we're gonna subtract 80. I have a speedy cash loan, you know, those cash advance loans that we take out, due this following Monday. It's $300. If I do that, that leaves me with a total of $311. So as of right now, I think that's all I'm gonna worry about paying right now. wait, I'm gonna send $100 to my credit cards, so actually I will have $211, and I think that's enough for food for next week, and then I'll survive and figure out the rest later. Bye.
All right, let me hit you with a double whammy twice today, okay? 2 for the steak, 2 for the burger, 2 for the shake. I just wanted to say that. But anyway, I saw a video of somebody today who was talking about how she saw a video of somebody else who was saying that they were living paycheck to paycheck, and a bunch of people commented on that and saying that the same thing was happening. And my question is who's not living paycheck to paycheck? Because I just want to know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I think maybe our definition of paycheck to paycheck might be different for some people, but I mean, I'm pretty sure it's clear cut, clear simple. Like, if you need something or if something needs to get paid, you go and wait until that Friday. I mean, a majority of us get paid on a Friday. I think it's actually, like, I'm intrigued. If you don't get paid on a Friday, holla at me, okay? Holla at me in the comments, because I still have not met somebody who doesn't get paid on Fridays, and that's different. So then it just makes me wonder, if the whole U.S. is in debt, or the whole U.S., except for like 2%, is living paycheck to paycheck, how do we get put in this position? I just want to know.
When I think about it, I'm not poor, but I live paycheck to paycheck. Like, I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I have money, but not, like, enough. You know what I mean? Because by the time I do have money, it's the next bill. It's the next month. And I have to pay my bills. So, I'm low-key poor. I don't know. Whatever.
I'm so tired of living paycheck to paycheck. I just waited for the mailman to show up so I could get my paper check in the mail that I've been waiting for weeks. So I could come to the bank and deposit it. But because I have negative money in my account, I'm only going to get like a little bit of it, because like I can only access $100 for the first day. So I'm probably going to have like $60 today. I haven't gone grocery shopping in probably a month. We have like no food to eat for dinner, except for like mac and cheese and ramen. I have $300 electric bill that's overdue. My phone bill's overdue. I just gave my husband my last paycheck from last week so we could pay the mortgage 2 weeks late. And in 10 days or 11 days, the mortgage for next month is due. So it's like, this paycheck isn't even like, why do I even have it? Like, they might as well take my paycheck and just send it to all my bills. Like, what's the point in me even getting my paycheck? It's like annoying. Like, I'm not gonna see it anyway. Not only that, but in like 3 weeks, I have to pay for summer camp because school's almost over. So it's like, that's another $700-800 that I have to come up with to pay for summer camp. And if I don't pay for summer camp, guess who can't work because their kid is going to be at home with them? Me. So obviously that's going to be like a major to-do. Like, I can't not pay summer camp. Not only do I have a personal loan and medical bills up the wazoo, like literally I have like a bill for like $3,000 from the hospital. I have like an $8,000 personal loan that was a consolidation loan from like a bunch of loans that I had. I haven't paid them in like 7 months. I owe them so much money. They call me like twice a day, dude. Like collections calls, fucking, and all I'm doing every day is doing my best. And I literally can't get ahead. Like I can't get ahead. I wake up and I fucking work. And these people are after me for money. And I'm like, dude, I'm literally trying my best. What do you want from me? I have side gigs here and there, like OF, once in a while I'll make like $60. But like, that's not really consistent. And like, I'm a painter. Like I have a ladder in the back of my car. I'm a painter, right? So like today, I literally didn't have enough tools to do my job. And I was like, I can't do this right now. Like I don't have the fucking shit that I need for my job. Like I can't even fucking work, dude. Like I'm so stressed. I literally can't. I can't fucking do this anymore.
Real quick, I want to explain why it's so hard to get out of this situation based on what I'm going through. Last week, I worked almost 46 hours and got paid only $444.44, and I cashed it at Walmart for $4. So somebody tell me what 4 means in the comments, because maybe 4 means something good to me. But this is what I pay, $425 a week for where I'm staying at right now. For an efficiency, $425 a week. So that means after I cashed my check, I pretty much had like $15 left for the whole week. This is how much I paid the entire time I've been here, and it's embarrassing.
A lot of us, when it comes to finances, we slack, right? And I feel like the number one problem, especially in the Hispanic community, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but at least for me, in my experience, we were never taught to budget, right? We were never taught that we were supposed to be saving money to invest or saving money to do this, to do that. As soon as we got paid, bro, it was bills and straight to, drinking or straight to spending it on something until your next paycheck. Most of us live paycheck to paycheck, and that applies to, a lot of people, not just Hispanics, because we're not educated when it comes to finances.